Guys, back again with your Friday content, so to speak. Wow, 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 wow. I told you, time waits for no one. Didn't we not say? As soon as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the middle of the week, then here comes Friday. Oh, wow. Is it pay week, blank week? I'm not sure, but I hope your Friday start out well, because guess what? It's Hello Friday. And it's what? A good weekend, because Friday starts weekend after you finish whatever you're doing constructive. Okay? So, whoever is tuning in, coming on this content, hope you're having a wonderful day and hope you just listen and lend an ear and lend your patience while I go through this content. So remember I said to you a couple days ago prior that many black men are going to go down in their sexual assault era, and most of it, they're not going to save most of their money because their past will become their presence, whether it's true or not. Yes? And many of these sexual assault lawsuits, most of the time, it's settled out of court or in court, as we heard from many other stories that are transpiring right now in front of our face. And all of these things, like this athlete, like Shannon Sharp, that was a football player. And this guy now is the ex-Lakers player and coach, Byron Scott, accused in lawsuit of sexually assaulting teen in 1987. So that's where we're at today. So I am going to read to my best of my ability. Okay, guys. And we're going to rumble on with some of the stuff that I couldn't get to fill you guys in yesterday, that I tried to fill you guys in when I came on with that late topic yesterday to give you guys a Thursday content. So we're talking about this brother here, right here. This is where the story lies, land us. Right here, when I came and shouted out that I'm going to come back and speak on this content, so to speak, and let you guys know that there was a case of married LA Lakers legend sexually assaulted schoolgirl 15 in the locked janitor's closet. Ouch. Could you imagine? Lock janitor's closet, guys. Okay? All right? So, all of that in a nutshell, which we're not surprised with all of that, right? I'm not sure. I think I have the wrong charger. I should have charged my device more better. 1 second. guys, if this charger doesn't work for me, then guess what? I will have to come back later with the content because then I left my other charger over the other side. So sorry about that, guys. For the wait, hopefully this charger works. My device is on rather 3%. Okay, so more, even more better. Okay, back in business now, guys. So sorry for the break. I literally like ran up the stairs, guys. Okay, so now let's read from the best of my ability. Okay, you guys had a break. I didn't get a drink. Okay, so Scott accused in lawsuit of sexually assaulting teen in 1987. Former Los Angeles Laker player and coach Byron Scott is accused in a lawsuit had amended now, people, earlier this month of a sexual assaulting a girl in 1987. Oh my. When she was 15 and he was 26 during a team event at her high school. The lawsuit first filed in December 2022 and amended May 1st alleges sexual battery and false imprisonment. The amended complaint publicly named the former Laker, now 64, for the first time. So there was a situation in the past, but now they add his name in it now and add sexual battery and false imprisonment. Oh no, oh no, oh no. According to the complaint, the plaintiff was attending summer classes at a Campbell Hall High School in Los Angeles when she was sexually assaulted by Scott in a locked janitor's closet in the school gymnasium. Okay? The Lakers were at the school in the LA Studio City area to film an instructional basketball video in the gym and meet with students, parents, and faculty members, according to the complaints. At the time, Scott was in the 4th season with the Showtime era Lakers. Okay, guys? So that's him when he was younger, of course, okay? Now, as you guys know, he's older now. He's also a coach. And he's older now, guys, okay? And you guys know that he's older now. So right now, he's in hot water. The sexual assault has been amended. Okay? And basically they add they have imprisonment to it and sexual battery to it. So this is what this man look like now, okay? All right? Like I said, at the time, Scott was in his 4th season with the Showtime era Lakers and had won 2 of his 3 NBA championships with the team. The lawsuit was filed in 2022 under a California law that allowed older cases to be filed for underage plaintiffs. Oh, wow. Did you guys know that? So when I came and shout to you guys the other day, for days now, many black men is going to go down under sexually assault and all their riches are going to pull right underneath their feet. Remember I said so? Well, this is it. So since the California law that nobody cared about allowed older cases to be filed for underage plaintiffs. If you didn't know, look up that law. All right? Okay? Wow, wow, wow. The law required the defendant to remain anonymous. Oh no. Isn't there also a law says that you need to know who's suing you or charging you? Rather, until certain thresholds were crossed. A judge ruled last August that Scott could be identified. So, like I said, there was a case out there. His name wasn't there. There was no face to the case, but it was amended, okay, and added to battery charges and sexually assault. Okay? Anyhow, let's continue. Attorney Linda said in a statement that Scott thought the girl was of legal age at the time. Our client is devastated by this complaint. A basketball event that took place in 1987, people. How old were you in 1987, guys? Many of us wasn't even born yet, right? Many of you guys, because now you have the young generation and other people, and yet some people were born and have some age. Okay? So I'm troubled and disturbed quite so. Even if you were born in the 80s, you still were young when this man was kicking ass in basketball and all of that good things when it came to all of these jumper shot, all of these jump up and shoot. Okay? Beer Minister said in statement Wednesday, our client believed the plaintiff to be over 18 and had no idea she would claim otherwise until 35 years later. He respects girls and women and claims have blindsided him and his family. Okay? Scott, who spent a decade with the Lakers and won NBA titles with the storied franchise in 1985, 1987, 1988, led the team in scoring with a career best 21.7 points in 1987 to 88. Scott also played for the Indiana Pacers and then Vancouver Grizzlies before returning to the Lakers for the 1996-97 season. He coached in the NBA from 1998 to 2016, included a head coaching stint with the Lakers. He is currently coaching in the Philippines and married to Cecilia Gutierrez, who has on the Basketball Wives reality show. The lawsuit demands a trial by jury, mama mia, mama, and over 25,000 in damages, including loss of earnings and attorney fees to be paid by Scott and the school. Oh wow. Woo woo. Mama ma. Da da dee. Do da da. Okay? So let's hear it for yourself.
Of an instructional video.
Okay, let's get into this, okay? Back it up for a second, okay? Let's go.
Lawsuit says Scott was 26 years old at the time. The alleged victim was 15. The suit says the alleged assault happened in a locked janitor's closet there in the school's gym.
I wanna go all the way back, guys. Give me a second. Okay, start over. Here we go. 1 second.
Career, so at this point.
1 second. Here we go, guys. So here we go, okay?
The teenager back in 1987. That lawsuit. All right, more to come on this, Mario.
Okay,
Absolutely,
guys.
yes. Okay.
I don't want the commercial in it. That's why you see I'm skipping out the all of that because you maybe get a copyright strike. Okay, so listen.
Is being accused of sexually assaulting a teenager back in 1987. That lawsuit was first filed in 2022, but didn't name Scott. In a new amended version, Scott is accused of assaulting that teenager during the filming of an instructional video at Campbell Hall High School in Studio City. The lawsuit says Scott was 26 years old at the time. The alleged victim was 15. The suit says the alleged assault happened in a locked janitor's closet there in the school's gym.
We reached out to Scott's legal team who sent us this statement. It reads, quote, "Our client is devastated by this complaint, a basketball event that took place in 1987. Our client believed the plaintiff to be over 18 and had no idea she would claim otherwise until 35 years later. He respects girls and women, and the claims have blindsided him and his family. The lawsuit is asking for a jury trial and more than $25,000 in damages." Our Mario Solis joins us in studio right now. Byron Scott played for the Lakers.
Yes, he did.
In the 80s, the late 80s here. What else has he done?
Well, we all know that Byron Scott is really a big part of LA basketball. He grew up he was born in Utah, but then he grew up in Inglewood, went to Morningside High School where he had obviously a great career. He left high school to play at ASU, and then right after that he was drafted by the Clippers, who back then were based in San Diego, traded to the Lakers, and the rest is history. Winning 3 championships with the LA Lakers. When the alleged incident took place, he had just won his second NBA title with the team. And of course, he also became a coach. He was coach of the year with the Hornets. A great career. Just recently posting on his Instagram, he was the coach of a youth Filipino-American team that won a major championship. Byron Scott, of course, a major part of the famous Showtime era with the Lakers, playing alongside Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and an incredible career. So at this point, all we can do is wait. But the impact that Byron Scott has had in LA basketball, as a coach, as a player, and even after that, he was a broadcaster when Time Warner had the rights to the Lakers. I've exchanged many thoughts with him, interviewed him many times, so I know Byron Scott quite well. All right, more.
Could you imagine, folks? So what did I say to you guys a couple days ago? That lots of black men, especially men in sports, especially if they're in California, with that law that they come and pass, that underage cases can be heard still. Okay? Can be heard still. All right? Can be heard still. The California law that allow older cases to be filed for underage plaintiffs. So don't you think because you do something with a 14-year-old or 13-year-old and it's 35 years later, don't think as a big woman when she's reaching her 40, 50, 60, don't think she can't come now and say, hey, bud, remember that janitor closet? Remember that hallway, that dark day? Yada, yada, you, yada, yada, ya, yada, yada, ye. So didn't I not say that lots of black men not going to die, retire with no riches, no money? It's all going to go under sexual assault, all going to go in lawyers' hand, all going to go in court cases, pay to the justice system that most of us don't own. Where all of that money going? With all of this money, with all of these cases, some of the cases are false, some of these stories are lies, some of these stories, some of them make out to be what it is. With all of this money that are paid out, because remember the victim don't get all of the money. The lawyer is going to get a big cut or some quarter of the cut, okay? Some of the lawyer going to get their percentage. So all of this. See what happened to Guthrie the other day, Prince, the Prince accuser, what happened to her? She ended up dying and she ended up getting millions, they claim, right? So all of these kind of stuff. So when you really think about it, guys, if you didn't know about the California law, it has passed and it's allowed older cases, right? I mean, under a California law that allow older cases to be filed for underage plaintiffs. So a lot of these people that did these atrocities, allegedly, because everybody have their fair game in court and everybody are innocent until proven guilty. But at times, you have to be worried and worrisome when these kind of laws are in place, especially if some of these stories are not true. Okay? So remember, I told you this is the year of sexual assault. People are going down and they're going to pay big. Remember the story that we did last night with the game? His mansion has to be sold. Now, this man, how old is this man? Way in the waters, ready to retire to go sit down, 60 odd now. And when did this happen? When did this have taken place? In 1980 something, guys. Okay, this has taken place in 1987. The accuser is 15 years old. And the accuser, basically, the case was amended. Okay? There was an amendment to the case because before the case was filed, his name and face wasn't on the case. And it was amended right now, amendment to the case. And now they claim that they add alleged sexual battery and false imprisonment. This lawsuit was filed from December 2022 and amended May 1st, allegedly sexual battery and false imprisonment. All right. And they named the former Laker now. See what I told you? He's 64 for the first time. So if this case really boils out to it, anything that he was recognized in the public is going to be stripped from him. Coach of the this, coach of the that, this, this. All of that is going to boil right down like when you boil down soup and forgot to turn off the stove. Literally. So if you didn't know about this case here, this is a big case. Revised in 1987. Fast forward like right now, 2025. So what do we always say? Your past will become your presence if all of this is true. And he obviously, it's true, because what did him and his legal team shouted? That they thought she was 18 at the time. So the man, if you thought this person was 18 and she was legal age, why not get her number? If you guys gonna do the do and go find a hotel, that means you didn't care. Went in the ghetto, talk to some of these black children that are from the inner city and you need guidance, hope to be one day, be a basketball games and basketball team and yada yada yada. The janitor's closet, really? He was 15, she was 15, and he was 20 odd. So these are the things that I'm talking about. You know, I know in high school you do dumb things and crazy things, but I mean, was a big star. And you claim she's 18, so there was no morality about it? Oh, just slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Janitor closet with there. Oh my. Seriously? So these are the things that I'm talking about. And if he admit that he thought she was 18, therefore he did it in the closet, in the janitor's closet, where all the chemical and everything is. Kiss my teeth a little and pass. Roll my eyes. Oh my. Seriously. I didn't say people, I could replay it. Okay, hear for yourself now. One more time, oh. One more time. Let's hear it for yourself. You think if I'm joking, okay? Let me see if this thing will play for me one more time, okay?
The lawsuit says Scott was 26 years old at the time. The alleged victim was 15. The suit says the alleged assault happened in a locked janitor's closet there in the school's gym.
We reached out to Scott's legal team who sent us this statement. It reads, quote, "Our client is devastated by this complaint, a basketball event that took place in 1987. Our client believed the plaintiff to be over 18 and had no idea she would claim otherwise until
I'm not even going to drag it out because you guys heard me loud and clear. So he basically admit to it. Donkey of the day. So we can't even say allegedly, should we? But protecting ourselves, allegedly then. Okay, I'll throw it out there. Here you go, allegedly. Seriously? From you say that you thought she was 18, that it did happen in the janitor closet. He didn't even say, no, I didn't go in the closet. No. So therefore, possible, they will come out and say, allegedly, he's preying on young girls. Because look it. How many other schools he went to? Remember, it was an event that he went to, a big star like this, 26 years old, going to middle school, high school, talking to young girls and boys. So this is troubling and disturbing for me. So with all of this that he claims, say, oh, I thought she was 18, put him on the scene, put him at the place, all of this now. So who else is going to come out the closet to say that this man had him in the closet, on the desk, I mean, in the washroom? I mean, I don't know, in the back? I don't, there's so many cribs and corners in the school. Like, I don't know, people. So I'm lost and disturbed, but I'm not surprised. When you have big money, you have big ego. When you have big attention, you feel like you're invisible to the law and invisible to everything else that surrounds your ass. That sexual assault has no limitation. I tired to shout. So if you have boy child sons, preach to them every day. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Because the worst thing you want to have on your name as a black man is sexual assault. Next one, domestic violence. And the other one's the federal charges. But the worst ones at times is sexually assault. You're done. You're doomed. At times, you can't go there, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't go here, especially if they're minors. There's a law somewhere, I believe in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. I'll do my research, maybe if I have a little bit of time, and come drop it on you guys, where sexual assault offenders cannot go nowhere other than to live underneath the bridge. And it's two places that part them off. The road where all the crosses, the vehicles are going, and then when you look across the other side, it's just the water. So because you can't really go anywhere in town because there's so many structures of kids and daycares and schools, well, when you're fed up with society and your nasty behavior, either you walk in traffic or you just go and walk and drown. I'm going to come with that a couple days from now when I drop a content to show you where the sex offenders go somewhere in Miami, I believe, but I'll do my research because I believe I spoke about this a long time ago. Seriously. So I'm not surprised. So when you're going to say that you thought you was 18, you basically put yourself right there at the crime now. Oh, no. Then you didn't even say, nope, never happened in the closet. Because for you to be going to school as an idol like this, you have to be trusted around kids. Kids are looking up to you. Oh my God, one day I want to be, oh my God, oh my God. And there you go, taking a 15-year-old way down to the waters in the closet, the janitor closet. Oh my, didn't hear from me, although I'm going to shout allegedly. This lawsuit came upon, but this man basically put himself at the time of the crime of the scene. She reached out that out and ran on, kiss my teeth and roll my eyes and pass. Seriously. Let's get into some other things. So we're moving on. Big man now, in his big time, going down for a lawsuit of sexual assault. Imagine you're going through all of this. Remember, you're out there standing up like this as a big mogul coach, this of the year, and big team. You're this, you have all your money, now you're 60 odd, and now you're dragged out in 1987 janitor closet. Big man like that with low self-esteem. He had to get it on. All in the back was riding him. I wonder what he was eating. What was he eating now? What was so oily that, hey, I'm just being a sarcastic jackass at this moment. Rather, seriously, in a janitor closet, going to school to deal with children. Could you imagine? So at times you have predators out here right in front of your face and you don't know, allegedly. Kiss my teeth and pass, literally. Next. Anywho, let's run on to some other things because I gotta run, guys. I don't have all day. Time is the essence, yes? All right. So remember yesterday I came and spoke to you guys about the hockey players, and I said that the lawyer was basically blaming the victim and basically saying that it looked like the victim wanted it more than the five guys. Remember I said so? And I said that last week of some time, one of the victims were on the stand and the victim end up curse out the lawyer and storm out of court. Remember we spoke about that? Okay, let's get to the defense team. How he dealt with the victim of the hockey players. Okay, so let's get into this one quick and fast.
Defendant Alex Fermenton's lawyers turned to cross-examine the complainant, known in court as EM. He suggested she had an alter ego, quote, fun EM, or a different persona when she was drunk. Quickly noting she didn't know if she liked the alter ego reference, EM did agree with defense lawyer Daniel Brown that as an anxious person, she drank alcohol to feel comfortable enough to dance at Jack's Bar the night of June 18, 2018. In one exchange, Brown asked, "Who's to blame for sober EM to become fun EM?" She replied, "Well, I chose to drink. I should be allowed to drink and not have what happened to me happen." Brown noted, "But in your 2022 statement, you said it was the player's fault." After the bar, the Crown alleges Fermenton, along with Cal Foote, Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, and Carter Hart, sexually assaulted the complainant in a London hotel room. They have all pleaded not guilty, while McLeod has also pleaded not guilty to a second charge of being a party to sexual assault. The Crown alleges Fermenton had sex with the complainant in the bathroom without her consent. Earlier in the day, Hart's defense lawyer Megan Savard finished her cross-examination after some tense exchanges with EM. At one point, Savard was pressing EM on a statement she made to police in 2018, wherein EM had said she cried in the hotel room. Savard had her pull up the transcript of what she told police, at which point EM said, quote, "Thank you for finding that," suggesting it supported her testimony. There was laughter in the courtroom. This exchange followed EM breaking down in tears Wednesday afternoon, leading to an early adjournment. Civil attorney Catherine Marshall, who works with victims and survivors of sexual violence and is not involved in this case, says that's understandable when facing cross-examination from multiple lawyers.
And we see this in this case.
Who you
It was defendant Alex Fermenton's lawyer.
So we're not gonna drag it out. So when I come to you guys and I say nay or yay, it's what it is. Maybe you don't have the receipt on hand, but when I come and I want to find the receipt, here it is, guys. I told you. I got the facts and I got the receipt. I never lied. Kiss for teeth and pass. Let's move on. So there I wanted to fill you guys in yesterday, but girl was tired, stick a fork in me. I was parched. I was so tired, man. Yeah? So I had to shorten the story, the topic, the content. And so when I come back around, I'll give you guys a whole belly full of the content. Yeah? Moving on, people, quick and fast. Anyway, let's get into some other things. So remember I said to you guys that Diddy, hold on, people, hold on, hold on, let me pull up all of this quick and fast. Let me get into this so I could see rather. All right, so remember I said to you guys that Diddy, 1 minute. Remember I said, remember I said that Diddy prosecution team are all white prosecution. Here they are. I didn't tell a lie. Just didn't have the receipt yesterday, but I got it today. Sorry, it's late, but here it is. Seriously, guys. Okay? So what kind of justice and what kind of jury really gonna hear and sit down and listen to this case? Because remember, everybody know about the Puff Diddy. Maybe have to pull out someone out of haystack, out of the wall, out of Zion Gates to say they never heard about the baby oils. Tons of it. Okay, so is he gonna have a fair trial? Not only that, guys, remember I say to you guys that Diddy, 1 second, let me go back in the file, because we have the file over here, right? And at times we gotta dig down into it and blow them off to come with the facts. So remember I said to you guys that Diddy, one of the accuser can't be found. Remember I said that, guys? 1 second. Remember I said one of the accuser cannot be found, right? I want to find the receipt for you guys. Give me a second. So one of the accuser of Diddy is missing somehow. And 1 second, let me go back here. Where is it? I spoke about that yesterday. And I said one of the accuser of Puff Daddy is missing somehow, right? And 1 second, and she goes missing, right? Okay, now I got the receipt and I got the heavenly truth. So listen for yourself, okay? 1 second here. Here you go. Quick and fast.
The clock is ticking in the P. Diddy case. Witnesses for the government will soon take the stand, and it's going to be some compelling stuff. But now there's word that one victim is ghosting. Will she just be a no-show? This is Scandal, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Could you imagine?
You guys, witness testimony is simply where it's at. Like, evidence is great. We love to see it. Experts, they can help too. But to be honest, sometimes they can be a little bit technical, a little bit boring, useful, but sometimes a snooze fest. However, when we're talking regular witnesses, I'm talking about the victims in this case specifically, they're the ones who are really going to push the case forward. And they're the ones who are going to tell the story. I mean, who was there? What was it like? How did you feel? What happened? All of the things together. And in this case, the P. Diddy case, the federal prosecutors are really relying on this and multiple victims, in fact, to testify against P. Diddy. But this week during jury selection, there was word that one of the witnesses had been MIA. She wasn't replying. Now, this is according to NBC News. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey spoke out in court and said, "Hey, I'm kind of having trouble getting in touch with victim 3. That's only what we, the public, know her."
Victim 3. Okay, and we all know that the prosecutors, they claim, is all white ladies. So they're saying, and the only victims that witness they really have was Cassie, but he did pay Cassie to go away and not testify or not charge. So we're not surprised. So Puff Daddy, if he's a monster, then he's a monster. But if victim number 3 is not there and da-da-da-da-dee and da-da-da-da-da, well, I mean, when this trial is going to be done. And as you can see, he's not getting any bail, and I'm sure he's frustrated not getting any bail. But they always say at times, today for you and tomorrow for somebody else. You got to be mindful what you're doing out here, because sometimes you're not invisible to the law. And they say that most of these things are all made up. Sometimes if you read most of these police reports, there's no witnesses, just alleged and yada, yada, yada. And they just turned the RICO case into one big mess, because RICO charges is supposed to be more than one person's. Remember, I came and spoke to you guys in the past that the RICO charges stem from back in the days with the Italian mafia gang situation. That's when the RICO charges was formed, and I came and spoke to you guys about that. Okay, I could easily go back and revisit it and come and show you when was the RICO charges, the history of RICO charges. Okay, I'll pull it up for you guys quick and fast. Okay, RICO charges, a RICO charge history. That was made for the Italian mafia, now pass on to the rappers and everybody else, where everybody can get. When did I say that? The RICO organization crime charge. Here we go, folks. I don't lie to you, okay? I said knowledge is wisdom, wisdom is knowledge, and sometimes you got to pass it on. I don't know everything, but I know something, and I could lend you some kind of wisdom at times to say, hey, guys, this was when the RICO Charge Act came in place, 1970. And if you read it some more, them times there, the people are out here running to carry on was Italian mafias that bought up all of these banquet halls, buy up all of these factory, allegedly these homes, these condos, and renting them out now for arm and a leg. While a lot of people got their money, floss it out, drink it out, get it out, and still out here in poverty. I'm not sure people, see? Right here now, those things were formed now. Look, it was like a white-collar crime situation. Now they put those in rappers and everybody else. So I don't tell you guys a lie anyway. I'm just here to say, yeah, facts is facts and receipt is receipt. Okay, so when Diddy's situation, the one of the accused is missing and all of that, I don't think the man is going to get a fair trial. But who am I to say? I really don't care. That's their business. At the end of the day, don't do crime if you don't want to do the time. That's the way how I see it, people. So the legislative legislation And the RICO charges was from 1970, and who didn't know now. They just have it out here now, putting it on everybody else that they see fit. Right? Simple as that. So if you're gonna charge Diddy, I just think that if you're gonna be fair, you're gonna charge everybody else, because one man couldn't bring all in those baby oil. One man couldn't organize all of these girls flying in everybody and getting everybody drunk. And who was giving the IV? So Diddy was trained in medical situation where he's giving IV after revive, after dope and crack and whatever he make everybody. There's so many players I'm trying to get at. So why, if you're gonna charge RICO, and RICO was an organization gang. Come again. Hold on, people. 1 second. If RICO means organizing, organized crime, white collar crime, and all of this, then you need more than one people to be locked up. But maybe people are snitching behind the scene. I am not sure. But if you're going to lock him up, you got to lock up everybody else who are helping with the girls, picking up the girls, the ones who clean up the house. All these people that was cleaning up all the shit, all of this, all of that, the baby oil, the passing the clothes, posing this, all the nastiness of Sodom and Gomorrah. They all played a part in it. So you got to lock up all of them. Okay? Right? Not only that, what did I say? To prosecute thousands of individual, of organization. Didn't I not say that? Let me show you guys again. Read it for you guys self, guys. Just don't look. Read it. That's what RICO charges mean. So if they're really applying that RICO charge, then they need to apply it according to. Please and thanks. Don't apply it and think that the black community is so dumb to say, yeah, lock him up. Dirty Diddy, blah, blah, blah. When the law is not really applying according to. You understand what I'm saying? You know, because there was Epstein, and Epstein basically got off of it. And so much of the big mogul was out here flying off young girls to islands and all of these things, and it was okay. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, all of these things. So we have to be mindful. If you're going to come out here and talk about those things and RICO charges and all of that, then I suppose that you're supposed to be able to charge every individual who was part of the RICO nastiness or the RICO gang situation where Diddy was practicing all of these nastiness in his home. To be frank, we don't feel sorry for him. If you want to out here and do all these nastiness, then it's up to you. You know what I mean? But we got to be mindful, okay? So all of that, people. We also get to understand, 1 second. 1 second, guys. We all also understand that Miss Kitty is starting some kind of situation. And all of that right there, okay? For with her mommy's diary and all of those kind of things, guys. Okay, so these are the things that are happening now with Miss Kitty and all of that. So we have to big up Miss Kitty, because although people bash her, she have a lot to say. But more time, Miss Kitty come out with all kind of good things for other people who like Miss Kitty, right? Then we're gonna go all the way here in South Africa. I didn't know that South Africa still doing polygamy, more than many wives. So right here, the bride Evelyn sparked a white as she walked down the aisles, hand in hand with Shirley Malala, who was about to become her sister wife, at a mass wedding celebration at South Africa church that encourages polygamy. Kiss me teeth and pass. I didn't know those things are still happening. What? Back all the way here, 13 security guards all the way in Peruvian gold mine found dead. They've been looking for these security guards for a while. Our heart and soul goes out. They're out here serving and protect almost like police officers. And when it trickled down, they claimed that possible abduction, possible link to criminal gangs, ambush at the gold mine on April 2026. They found all of them. See, even killed 39 of the company's workers and all of that. And the security guard who guard and carry on end up dead like dog. Could you imagine? Wow. Okay. Not only that, we talked about that the other day, right? Yes, we did. So sorry, I shouldn't even put up that, because we spoke about that abortion situation the other day. So I'm not even going to put that in. So that was just a finger, just just take it as a finger mistake for that. But anyways, guys, so that's what I came to speak about. I am not staying long. I am running on, so to speak. So I had to come and tell you guys that, whatever I missed to come and tell you guys. Yesterday, I came and basically filled that in today because, I couldn't get to play the rest of the stuff that I wanted yesterday. And I was a little bit tired anyway. So we came and air out the story that I mentioned to you guys yesterday as well, like I said. Okay? All right. And we also wrapped up, and remember I spoke about the 5 prosecutors on Diddy case are all white ladies, female, no man right there to even have a little bit of compassion and all of that. And we get to understand one of the prosecutors' father is one of or friends of allegedly federal agent. All of that, right? We spoke about that as well. So I came back with the receipt to show you guys that I had it, but yesterday it wasn't right in my eyesight or my reach. So I came to revamp that today as well. Oops. Okay. 1 second. Not only that, we also came and spoke about this yesterday and told you guys that the lawyer behaved weird and badly, basically, on the accuser, that basically she wanted it more than the players and all of those kind of things, and her drunken stupor and all of that. And I also play that to you guys as well. All right. And not only that, guys, I just want to say, wrapping up, running on, kiss my teeth and pass, literally. I also want to say big up for those who always out here watching the content as always. Then we know say Friday weekend, yay we, yay me. Tired, want to get a relax, get some time off. Friday is your best bet. I want to say a big, big, big thank you for coming by and always watching the content. I really appreciate you. Not only that, a big respect for those who always catch some of the content, kiss them teeth and paws, and said, oh, I'll revisit next time with another content. I appreciate you. Okay, all right. And not only that, guys, not only that, we get to understand, let's get to some baga, so to speak, and wrap up the content, give you guys an hour. So by the time I drop this baga, it will wrap up to be an hour. Watching out my good, hey Kay, how are you? Sorry I didn't see it, because when I'm putting up other stuff, I won't see when you say hi. So my bad, okay? Happy Friday. Okay, so let's talk about this. 1 second. I think I have it here in my pics. Okay, right here. Drop it right here. So we get to understand that Annie's daughter, whether it's a prank, whatever it is, it's not a good look. We get to understand that Annie come out more time and say that basically she's in poverty, da-da-do, da-da-dee, da-da-da. I don't really like to talk on people's family, but at times when you're out in the public, I guess everybody have their own say to speak about. And I don't like when people be too much in people's families' aura and business or aura, but it's troubling and disturbing. Now imagine that we see how Jaden started out. Remember Jaden started out that he claims that his mouth miss to talk about an underage child that he wanted to violate. Remember that? You guys gave him a pass. Remember that? Remember the remarks that Jaden came and speak about and people beat him senseless about underage child? I would say allegedly. Or you guys want me to go for that receipt? Or you guys want me to kiss my teeth and come bring the receipt another day? You guys gave him a pass, right? Okay. He become the TikTok fame and sorrow. Run through all of these girls that don't even know themselves, wouldn't even pick up Jaden if Jaden never had a clout. So I asked myself, as a black woman, where these black women morals are. Not saying anyone cannot date Jaden, but as you guys could see, Jaden is running this era of a player. We get to understand that when Jaden was bringing down his friend the other day, Jaden talk about when his friend gets shot, as in having an STD. He heard, he knew about it, and yada yada yada, dee 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 da. We get to understand that Jaden dropped out the girl Fabi situation, that she had a miscarriage and all of that. We see all the bruises and stuff like that, and Fabi allegedly that she claimed that Jaden did to her. So we're out here basically condone domestic abuse. A little boy coming out of something out of his mouth about kids. Something sinister, and he got a pass. Running through all of these women. We saw the situation with Ashley's situation. He got a pass again. And he come out here, downgrade Chanel, downgrade her own daughter to get clout, views, and money because Annie failed to go get her work from Shibata, let her lose her job at the hotel. We saw Annie come out, say she tried to do a restaurant. We saw Annie go say she's going to school, yada, yada, yada. All of those promises is a comfort to a fool, fall right through the crack. And he claims that she's buying land wherever she was in Bahamas the other day. Came back, she had built one place, yada, yada, yada. Bring down her daughter some more. Still never get to see the grandbaby until now. I get to understand. Came out and tell the public that she had her first child at 15. Underage pregnancy again, basically rape because the consent of age in that Caribbean island should be 16. And I hate cause all of this era and error. Bad blessing, dirty mama, nastiness, mama F-bomb bed, kids F-bomb floor, mama run through different man with through the year, how much man we see Annie with. And the children them supposedly, allegedly, are fall right through. So the bag of cement and steel, you traffic or basically sell your daughter for, allegedly? Oh, what is Father God help us? If that little girl knew herself, she wouldn't even deal with that boy even clouting and pretending that they're in a relationship. That boy's only going to get one and move off of that little girl and disgrace her when it come down to it. Are you going to hear Annie going to be the same one who's going to come out here and bring down that same boy over this situation? These kids don't want to go to school. There's nothing in Jamaica that they could do. There's nothing on the internet. They can't come on the internet and beg people to help them with to start a little business, to do some things, instead of to come out here and have their vagina on their forehead and in the middle of their hand like their mother. Seriously? So now I see why Chanel them, if they were money, now me see where they get it from. If Anna had her body parts all over, now me see where she get it from. So Anna was right. The little girl may be, vicious to come curse her mom and all of those things. But I believe Anna when all these things she said out of her mouth about her mom. So as a mother, what are you teaching your girl child? Before the end of the year, you're there with 4 different men. When the argument was with Chanel and them, you hear say you did have your boyfriend there, that one did have their boyfriend here. When the story bus, you came out and said that you didn't want Anna to go anywhere with the boy, so you asked the guy if Anna could stay in the room with the boy. Oh, Jesus, have mercy, the black race. And look how young Anna is. Mama beg, kids are beg. Mama out here with her front, kids are out here with their front. Mama in a poverty, allegedly, kids are in poverty and not helping their way and breaking the stone and breaking the curse. But what do I say a couple of days ago? Your first role model is your mother and your father in your household. So if your mom and dad out here are model gunman, thief, and murderer, and if your mom is out here modeling the Asian trick in the book, sketel, prostitute, sell front, back road, then so does the children. Children live what they learn. And it's so sad. Anyhow, let's see how this one played out. Okay? Some of you guys mothers, I think that when we out here show trafficking, lots of you mothers out here trafficking your children to man for things, for likes, for views. That's not a good look. Out of every other man out here, out of every other man on Chanel page. This little girl page, I mean Mika's page, not Chanel, sorry, this little girl's page. So I'm troubled and disturbed, but I'm not surprised. Could you imagine? So this is what this lady has to say, and she summed it up much so. Let's get into this. Happy wife.
If you just grow two wings and just fly away, and is this come of the earth?
Disgusting.
Yeah. You know, say Annie is a Rex, is a Mrs. Rex. Annie. You know, say me I wonder if Annie was my mother, how me that it turn out. If it had turned out worse than me be her, cause my mother not really better. My mother abandoned me. I make me a fear suck bamboo at 7 years old. That's why I stay so I don't come out to nothing, you know. So if Annie was my mother, me no know. Annie and her little spot them take over social media. Annie take one load of steel from Jaden.
And sell her daughter.
And it turn out to Annie little daughter.
Jano Star.
In a Jaden bed.
What a wicked act.
One load of steel in exchange
That's
for
troubling.
Annie daughter. What a worthless set of people them. Every month, Jaden have a next woman.
Yep.
Every month, Jaden have a next woman in her. You know, so me I wonder if Annie was my mother.
1 second.
Worthless set.
And we don't even know that Jaden is practicing safe sex. We're not sure. Heard about the brushing of body and all of them nastiness there. All these buttiness, all of these nastiness. Just for somebody to have TikTok fame, and look how much good people in Jamaica, big man in Jamaica of Jaden age that are doing something constructive. They maybe don't have the fame and have the money that come in so fast. But it's rather to lie down with someone that don't sell their soul more than to lie down with someone that don't even have the potential to go up there to go and lift and use their able body by out here scamming and begging people's money. And running through all kind of different women and not even practice safe sex. I doubt it. So mama depend on the internet with police bling a recycle man. And the daughter follows in the footsteps on the app with Fabi, the other little Rasta girl, and everybody else recycle man. There's no... Let me keep my mouth because I don't want nobody to rob me now. Let me go about my business. I don't go and listen to Happy Wife rob you guys, please, and thanks.
People them. Every month, Jaden have a next woman. Every month, Jaden have a next woman in her bed. Is it that these people are being tested? Is it that these people are just being careless and just carefree with their bodies? What kind of mother is Annie? Anna Mecca. What kind of mother is Annie? Annie is a mother. Annie is a disgraceful woman. Annie and her two daughters, them have two little boys. Well, Annie is I can't even find words to describe Annie. Annie sell her daughter for a load of steel.
$500 or less.
What a
or
messy.
more.
What a messy people them. The people them take over social media with their open, careless lifestyle. You know what? I feel pain. Let me go up in bed. Annie, you know, and if you just grow two wings and just fly away. Annie is this scum of the earth. Yeah. You know, say Annie. Pussy, then they don't want to dance.
Could you imagine? So when life is sad, they said that the wickedest thing can be on earth is when mankind is in poverty and you make poverty be the front line of your issues and problems and nothing else. Out of everything that Mika could have done and highlight herself on the internet, Mika find herself with an internet sensational man will come out with all kind of atrocity. Talk about young kid. If he would have, I think the situation was if he would F a 12-year-old, I think back then his first thing came out of his mouth on a beat him and accept him. The domestic abuse, taking all of these kind of things. Mother I take up recycle man. Left that other guy who come out to Anthony him, who have a trade. That you could have your son, even if you and Anthony broke up, you could have your son around Anthony to learn a trade, although Anthony is a little bit nutty. But more time when it comes to his little trade that he's doing, at least he's doing honest bread. A child could have learned that and go out there, go make ends meet instead of come out here, come beg Jaden. Your son and your kids them in the house could have go and find work and come up with that US money, have that money of buying that block and cement. So the kids them are in the house, mama out here with crying and begging story and lying story to get money. And then when that is not enough, her vagina is everywhere. Not even that, the worst part about it, she came and bring down Chanel and all of them. And when you look now, she's in a video where she and a man is having sex, basically porn. For the rest of your life, that's going to be on the internet. Grandma, grandkids, great-grand. Everybody going to come and see all of that. So I'm troubled and disturbed, but I'm not surprised. That's the downfall of the black woman. Oh, my. Maybe because Annie had those children, her first child when she was young, maybe that's why she acted like this now. Want to still be a teenager or a young teen or a young teenager or a young adult, because I can't fathom why. It's okay. And I don't believe Annie maybe could have tell Jaden no, or Mika. You could have whispered to Mika, even if you didn't want to say it out loud and proud, you know, Jaden, leave my daughter. And you could have set that boundary as well. Jaden, not because you give me the little money, you know, it doesn't mean you want to text it on my daughter. I don't want my daughter to deal with no influencer or any guy from TikTok. She could have said that, right? Or she could have whispered to Mika and said, Mika, don't talk to Jaden. Blah, 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 blah. Under quiet, under low-key stylings, right? So I'm not surprised. I'm troubled and disturbed, but it's not my business. Anyways, guys, I gotta run. Thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, guys, and another time I will come back with another content, so to speak, and lend you guys a hand in the content when I roll around. Okay, guys? Anyways, guys, I'm wrapping up this live, ending this live. Okay, whoever's having a happy birthday shout out. Enjoy your day and this great day. Okay, and not only that, guys, for the people in my life who made me smile, love me, support me, and bring me joy, thank you very much. Okay, and at the end of the day, guys, I am wrapping up this live. Peace and love. Okay, and just remember, guys, we're just talking about this basketball coach player right now from 1987, right now in a situation in the 1980s, right now in a situation, guys, where he's caught up in a sexual assault situation, having, you know what, with a 15-year-old in a locked janitor closet. His past become his present. Right now, the situation is a rise, and that's what we were really talking about. Okay, guys, so you have a good weekend. If you guys haven't seen me for the weekend, I'm just really busy and just doing me with my family. It's Mother's Day weekend, so whoever's having a Mother's Day weekend, big up your nice clean self. For me and my mother, 365 days of the year, every day, every minute, every second, every hour. So do you knock yourself out, enjoy your day. Okay, guys, peace and love.